Week 3 at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes in Newark, New York. Mark Polaski has won our first 2 weeks. Here are the guys that are going to try to end his streak today. Nolan Caswell, Adam Wakelee, and Tommy Moracco Jr. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Newark, New York. I'm Paul Peck with Buffalo Bowling Hall of Famer Sue Nawojski. What has Mark done to come up with wins over some pretty good bowlers in Pat Brick and Scott Dingman?
Well, he's had a meticulous plan. I mean, he's had a plan for every match that he's had to face. So, he's been smart about what he needs to do.
All right, well, let's ask Mark. Mark, talk a little bit about the plan that Sue has noticed that we feel like you have had. No, you're shaking your head, no plan?
It was a good execution.
Okay, so you don't come into these championship matches with an idea, a strategy of what you want to do?
I had a plan for last show, but I threw some surface and it looked good.
All right, so sometimes it's just let it fly in this sport?
Yeah, you just gotta let it fly.
All right, well, we'll see if he's going to be able to let it fly again, and we'll find out who he's going to try to let it fly against. Another good week here at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes, so let's get rolling. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart on YouTube.
Like and subscribe to our channel now. Don't miss any of the action.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By BowlersMart, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. By Latina Boulevard Foods, your favorite family in food distribution. And by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to GoBowlingNewYork.com to find a center near you. Match number 1, Tommy Moracco Jr. versus Adam Wakelee to get us started here at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes, week number 3, our first ever trip for Beat the Champ here to this bowling center. Always exciting for us to come to new places, and certainly a place with a very prominent name on the side of the building in Doug Kent. We had a chance to talk to Doug a couple of weeks ago, but always pretty cool to be at a place of a PBA Hall of Famer, and Adam Wakelee would love to get there someday too, and he will get us started with a strike.
What a beautiful way to get out of the gate. No nerves.
17 years old is Adam Wakelee, a high school student, and that's an impressive start. And now the 29-year-old from Waterloo, New York, Tommy Moracco Jr. And a little nudge of the 10 gives us a strike. Scoring and stats powered by Leo's Pizzeria. Experience the Leo's difference. Waterloo, New York, where Tommy Moracco Jr. is from, about a half an hour east of here in Newark, New York. So as you can hear, he's got some friends and family cheering him on here. Machine shop owner in Waterloo, New York is the profession for Tommy Moracco Jr. Stays busy in this sport by bowling in 3 leagues a week.
I want to comment on his setup. If you see the way he puts his hand in the ball and see how he holds it off to the side like that? That's rather unusual. You normally don't have, that's not really a normal setup, but normally that would be done to keep your hand under the ball. It has to do with how he wants his ball to come out of the ball. So it was mostly probably put in place to correct something, but that is kind of an unusual starting point, and it's to control how he releases it.
Interesting. All right, 17-year-old Adam Wakelee is from Farmington, New York. Again, not far from where we are here. In case you're wondering, we are in Newark, New York, which is 36 miles from downtown Rochester, New York, and about 100 miles from where we were last month in the Buffalo suburb of Tonawanda, New York.
creates a nice rev rate all on his own. He's a traditional bowler, but he has really nice rev rate.
Yeah, 232 average in 3 leagues that he bowls in every week for Adam Wakelee. And he's been on the brink of making, this is his first appearance on our show, but he was the first alternate to one of our shows at ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester. So he has attempted to make the show a few times before as he tries to elevate his game. And it's hard to elevate beyond 3 frames and 3 strikes.
Yeah, he's got a little room out there. He creates, self-created, of course, just his role and his execution.
So already Adam is making an early statement that Tommy Moracco Jr. will have to respond to. A little bit of familiarity here with Doug Kent's Rose Bowl lanes for Tommy. He bowled here during road matches when he was in high school. Waterloo High School is where he bowled on the high school team, and they were coming here to Newark to take on the teams here, was part of their regular travel. So he's a little familiar with the wood lanes and the house shot that we're bowling on here at Rose Bowl Lanes. Does that help a lot? I mean, it's a question I ask a lot of bowlers. Hey, are you familiar with this place? Have you bowled here before? If the answer is yes or no, how much does that help? Or how much, if the answer is no, do you need time to get familiar?
I think the only time the answer would be no, would be if there was a different kind of condition put out. Like on a house condition, I think it would be, I'm not going to say an advantage, but a comfort level, something that gives you a little confidence and that you kind of have an idea of what ball you're going to throw and how the lanes are going to react. If you put a different shot down, like we do sometimes for the tournaments, it would be, it would negate whatever you know about the house.
Oh,
Wow.
a spin around the 10 ends the strike run for Adam Wakelee. Tough break.
And that looked good all the way down. That looked good where at the break point, just rung that 6 around the 10.
I mentioned 3 leagues a week for Adam Wakelee. He's got 5 career 300s and a high 817 series. And that's a spare in the 4th frame for Adam. He's got some familiarity here with Doug Kent's Rose Bowl lanes, bowls here during some of the summer leagues. So you got 2 guys that are not unfamiliar with what the challenges of this bowling center presents.
5-step approach and kind of a high backswing, but he's so perfectly in line, so perfectly balanced. You're not going to find you're not going to find much better of a game than that.
Boy, that is, you'd show that to kids you coach, right, for what's the proper form. Like, it's not far from that.
Yeah, I think you'd see any slow-mo on tour, you wouldn't see anything much different.
I think he slipped a little bit on his release, but guess what? Didn't matter. So 4 strikes in the first 5 frames for Adam Wakelee, and now all of a sudden, as he hits frame 5, Tommy Moracco Jr. knows he's got some work to do already.
Playing the lanes very differently. And that just goes to tell you, you repeat, you can play where you want to play.
Boy, that looked good almost the whole way. Again, just the 10-pin would not go down. So when you talk about the approach there with the ball, like would normally you see the hand under the ball, right? To complete that motion of carrying through. So that's what's different as you notice as he'll turn his hand here.
Yeah, his setup is just totally to the side. And that controls where your wrist is going to end up. I mean, he doesn't want a lot on the ball. The way he plays from the corner, he's really, he doesn't want the ball to overreact on him. So he doesn't want the ball to do much. And your setup is a different way of controlling how your hand, where your hand is at the, when you release the ball. Because if it's in that spot, you can't get it back to a certain spot. I mean, once you're in that spot, you're in a vulnerable position. You're not going to get back underneath the ball again.
little bit of a re-rack there for Tommy before he gets set to go on the 6th frame. There's no one way to do this, is there? We talk an awful lot about that. There are different ways to do it, but there's no one way to do it. And as you've said to me before, whichever way you choose to do it, just be consistent in that.
Right. That was probably created from some mistake he was making. And, there's times that I change that position also.
And once again, the 10-pin will hang up for Tommy. It's not like he's not turning his hand on his release. So really, it's just the starting position.
It's more of a lift. If you watch when we see Adam Bowl, we're going to see him lift and turn. And you can't get that lift if your fingers are to the side of the ball like that.
All right, we get our first timeout here. We'll come on back and continue with match number 1, Wakelee and Moracco.
Presented by BowlersMart.
Plenty of options.
Chamois, jerseys, balls bags, and shoes. The highest quality products you'll find on the market, and here at BowlersMart, we make sure to find the correct access point of any bowler to maximize their benefits from our products and ensure a great experience. Stop by today and let us help you, because at BowlersMart, every bowler matters.
Sixth frame now for Adam Wakelee. Great story from Adam and talking to him in warm-ups. Didn't even know. Now, we mentioned he almost made the show at ABC Gates Bowl earlier in season 1. Didn't even know the qualifying was going on here. Didn't find out about it until the afternoon of the qualifying. Scrambled here, made the last qualifying session, and winds up on the show.
Those make the best stories.
Yes, they do.
You don't have time to really talk yourself out of it.
Or think about anything, right? Just show up and bowl. And it's the ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester, back towards the city of Rochester, where we'll be next week, starting in 2 weeks, when we get to the penultimate host center of season number 2. Only 2 more host centers left on the show before we wrap up season 2 with the Beat the Champ Invitational. 7th frame. And again, fun for us to get out here to see some of the great bowlers from the Rochester area. If you're not familiar, about an hour or so east of Buffalo, which is where most of our host centers reside. You liked or didn't like something there?
That was beautiful.
Oh, there you go.
It's absolutely beautiful. I could just watch that all day. When you want to see something done right, that's it.
It is a very classic form. Seventh frame now for Tommy Moracco Jr. Being pushed hard by the 17-year-old Adam Wakelee. And the bump of the 7 gets Tommy a strike. good pin action here. Not a hard hit, but enough of a hit to get that 7 out of the way.
I want to ask Tommy if he was a pitcher. I feel like
That's
it's
very
possible
good.
that he's
Sometimes
been a pitcher.
that
it
affects,
absolutely does.
right?
It absolutely does.
And this time he can't get the bump of the 7.
Liz Johnson was actually a pitcher in high school.
A softball pitcher, so
Yeah.
she had to overcome that motion a little bit,
well,
right?
the swing actually goes together. I mean, pitchers do make good bowlers.
Yeah, actually, the more I think about it, the softball motion is much
The
more aligned with the bowling with bowling than anything else. Another 1-pin spare opportunity, and when Tommy turns and walks away, you know he likes it, and it's always good. We haven't had an open frame in this match yet, and that's a credit to these two bowlers. Adam Wakelee had his first 300 at age 14. All right, so you know I'm going to ask you, when was your first 300?
Much older than that, but I didn't start bowling
That's
till
true.
much later.
You've told me that.
So I was about 23.
Could you imagine being 14 years old and bowling a 300?
These kids do it all the time. This is a ball change here for him.
No, on the 10-pin.
That was a little late. That ball went a little long. It broke a little late. Got to the pocket, but it was late. I don't know if he's going to love that.
Boy, you could see the 1-pin wedged against the 10.
That would have been a great place to have a strike, too. I mean, he 2-4-5'd on the last shot, so obviously he didn't feel like that was recoverable. But he just struck in the second, so he struck once in that lane.
All right, needs the spare here in the 8th frame, and he gets it.
Yeah, he has to finish on that lane, so I think he's was trying to figure something out. I don't know how he feels about that shot right there.
So really, the only difference right now is one extra strike by Wakelee. Other than that, these guys have been even.
Yep, just 11 pins. So he's staying with this ball in the left lane.
Well, that's a very high-level adjustment for a young bowler like that.
Yep. Means you know your stuff.
And it works.
It's a good place to put up a strike, though. That builder frame in the 9th.
All right, so now Tommy Moracco will get a chance to finish out here. Both of these guys are first-time bowlers here on Beat the Champ, and they will advance to face a second-time bowler here on Beat the Champ in the next opponent, Nolan Caswell. That looked good the whole way.
It's interesting because this ball never jumps on him. I mean, all 9 frames that he's thrown it off the gutter like that. The ball never jumps. It's just a matter as to whether it's going to hit hard enough to take out a corner pin.
So Adam looks on and wonders what he's going to need to do in the 10th frame. That will be decided by what Tommy does. In the 10th frame, it's a strike.
That was even a better shot right there.
All right, so now Tommy can set the tone here with what he does on these next 2 shots.
If he strikes here, he'll force Adam to strike in his first shot. Ooh, that was wow.
Got it.
That was in, and it just sat there. He's got a little room.
3 in a row at the most important time in the 9th and 10th frames for Tommy Moracco Jr. You see the reactions from both guys. Not much on either side.
Well, now he's by nature of choosing where Adam has to finish, he has put Adam on a lane where he's not confident and he has to strike on it. So that's what Adam's facing when he gets up on lane 24, is he just doesn't have a lot of confidence on that lane based on what he's seen.
All right, final shot of the match for Tommy Moracco. He has gotten hot at the most important time. Now he rings the 10, but it still means a 227 for Tommy Moracco. So Adam Wakelee needs strike 9 spare at minimum to win. 2 strikes,
He needs the first
clinches
one,
it,
and he's
but he's
staying.
got to have the first one.
He's staying with the ball change.
Because we've seen him use more of that greenish ball on the other lane.
Yep.
All right, so Tommy can do nothing but look and watch and wait. Adam's got to have a strike. And he got it.
Give that young man some credit. He had to make an adjustment off that last shot. Huh?
All right, so second shot of the 10th frame for Adam Wakelee. A strike here, and he's your winner. A spare, a 9 and a spare, he's your winner. Anything less than that, and it's Tommy Moracco.
8 spare is a tie.
8 spare is a tie.
That was in. That was in.
All right, there's the 9 part.
Whew. He did not get that out to his target. That was definitely inside the target.
All
and
right.
He's smiling.
So he makes this spare, he wins, he misses it, we're tied.
Right. He cannot lose in this shot no matter what.
What a clutch 10th. Both guys, incredible clutch 10th frames. A great match to get us off and rolling here on week 3 at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. Nobody would be more proud of the high-level bowling being shown here than Doug Kent.
That's right.
We'll go ask him. We'll find him in the bar and ask him. And there's your win. Adam Wakelee pushed to the end. It's a 228-227 win. Wakelee, Caswell next. It's Nolan Caswell and Adam Wakelee. It's match number 2. Winner goes on to our championship match against Mark Polaski. But we've got some bowling to watch before we get to that point, and what a match that was. A 1-pin victory for Wakelee over Tommy Moracco. Man, both guys bowled great, finished strong. You didn't want to see anybody lose that match.
Nobody made a bad shot.
Yep, not a single open in that match at all. Outstanding. So let's see if Adam Wakelee can continue that, and the answer would be yes.
Wow.
And the 17-year-old from Farmington, New York, off to a good start as we get our first look at the 31-year-old from Lackawanna, New York, Nolan Caswell, making his second appearance here on Beat the Champ. Last time we saw him was way back in season number 1 at the Town Edge Bowling Center when he lost his only match to Andy Reddig, and we haven't seen him back since, but he's been bowling a lot of regional events and tournaments and doubles events and things like that to keep on top of his game. And a little nudge, I believe that was the 4 that goes down, and we got strikes to start.
Not often you see the 4-pin trip forward like that.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
He was getting a little help from something.
I think the smile on his face says, I've never seen that before either. That's what's so much fun about this show and this sport is there's always a guarantee that every week you're going to see something you've never seen before.
Oh, and this has been the month for it.
Yes. 227 average right now for Nolan Caswell. 2 leagues a week is what he bowls to help establish that average.
Wow, the paralyzer.
Did you see what I saw, which was like the pins kind of all fall at the same time?
Give this a look. So that when that 5-pin spins around like that, that's a paralyzer. Paralyzes it and it just sort of gets a little dizzy there and falls over.
There were like 4 pins that all fell at the exact same time. The paralyzer. I like that. That's also would be a good nickname for like a, if you're a good bowler, you're the paralyzer because you do that to your opponents.
Nice. Stayed with that ball change on lane 25, or 24 rather.
You got the down low view of the strike for Adam. Here it is from up top. Good start.
His hand at his release is really awesome. I mean, he's underneath it, lifting and turning. I mean, that is pretty textbook.
Bowled in high school on the Victor High School bowling team. Multiple youth bowling tournament, junior bowling tournament wins, shootout wins. Got a great resume already for a 17-year-old. And there is strike number 3 for Adam Wakelee. Wakelee is perfect. Back with more of Beat the Champ right after this.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends,
great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
we are
The bowling proprietors.
of Western New York.
Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
12X Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
All right, Nolan Caswell, perfect through the first 2. His opponent, Adam Wakelee, perfect through the first 3. And we stay that way.
He is dangerously messing around with that 4-9. Both hits on that right lane have been coming up on the high side. He's really messing with a 4-9. 9-pin, 4-pin.
And that's because he's a little bit too high so that the pins aren't moving the way they're supposed to move?
Well, he's getting the pin collision right now, but at some point that's going to snap up a little high. At some point he's going to have to adjust here before he leaves the split.
7 career 300s and a high 830 series for Nolan Caswell, bowled in high school for the Hamburg Bulldogs, south of Buffalo at Hamburg High School.
Oh, there's that 9-pin.
There's your 9. Look at that. Your predictive skills are impressive.
You watch enough bowling, you know what's going to happen. It's amazing now with the bowling center, I can just walk by someone and watch and come up and give them insight because I'm just so used to watching bowling.
Hey, we're all better for that. We're all better if you can just randomly cruise around cherry laurel lanes and make people better bowlers.
Except the other team is like, hey,
well,
get away from
yeah,
me.
no, I know. Hey, you know what? Everybody should want everyone else to be better, right?
Not your opponent.
Well, win on your own merits. That's what I say. Don't worry about your opponent. It's the one sport where you can literally say that.
Amen, Paul.
Right. Where you can literally say that and it means something.
Beautiful.
Right now, Nolan Caswell needs to be worried about his opponent because Adam Wakelee's perfect through 4.
I think if this kid was bowling in my bowling center, I'd just pull up a stool and
I was
watch.
going to say, you would have no feed,
Nope,
no
I would
notes.
just pull up a stool.
No notes from Sue Nawojski
I
on
could
this
watch
one.
that game all day.
Yeah, I mean, again, as we've talked about already today, but numerous times, so many ways to do this, so many different forms that work for so many different. Wait till you see Mark Polaski in our championship match, a completely unusual way of doing it. But Adam Wakelee is out of the textbook.
Wow. I don't even have anything to analyze.
Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? Other than for you to keep saying perfect, because he's perfect in form, he's perfect in results.
People
with
are
5
going to get
strikes.
tired of hearing me say wow.
That's okay. And you know what? Other than that one spare, it's been that way for Nolan as well.
There we go.
Just keep striking. That's what everybody's doing right now. When asked who got him into the sport, who does he consider his bowling idol, Nolan said he wouldn't be bowling if it wasn't for his dad who introduced the sport to him, which is a very common story. We hear so many times that dad was a bowler, brought me as a kid, I got involved in it, he encouraged me, he taught me, he bought me the right equipment. It's what a great father and son, father and daughter sport bowling is, and the legacies of families are amazing. And it's another strike for Caswell.
He will not go away.
No, not at all. Sixth frame now for Adam Wakelee. Strikes in the first 5. And a spinning 5 that goes down. It draws a whoa out of Sue, but it draws a cheer out of the crowd.
That was definitely a little light.
Just enough of a nudge to spin the 5 and knock it off balance. Seventh frame.
21 pin separation. It's wow, that 1 9-pin, which
That's the only difference.
Was a good shot, just a 9-pin, and it makes for
That's
a 21
crazy.
pin difference.
7 in a row. The only difference in this match is the 1 9-pin spare in the 4th frame, because Nolan Caswell has struck the rest of the way just as Adam Wakelee has.
I'll tell you, the sport's in good shape with these 17-year-olds that we've seen come up and bowl on this show.
I do feel like we are, without doing any real research on it, I feel like our average age has dropped significantly in season 2 here, as we've gotten so many more younger, impressive bowlers.
Yeah, well, we're smart funded, so bowlers that can't bowl for money because of school commitments can bowl for scholarship money, which we give in lieu of prize money. So that certainly should bring out the young people to add to their college funds.
All right, so it's a second spare for Nolan, and normally you'd go, oh, only 2 spares through 7 frames. Problem is what his opponent is doing right now. And if Adam keeps this up, then that 7th frame spare might be the difference in all of this. Eighth frame now for Nolan.
It's funny how all the bowlers have those fans now.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. We should. I would like a cut of that of the bowling fan business. Oh, nice pin action that slides that 9 out for the strike for Nolan.
His ball left turns so much in the back end that he just runs that risk of not hitting that 9 pin.
I'm not sure that the folks over at Home Depot designed those fans with bowling in mind, but you know what? Probably a good little niche of their business, huh?
That's a lot of people.
We see those almost regularly every week. All right, 7 in a row for Adam. And the run comes to an end.
Well, an enemy of bowlers besides water is swelling. So as you get warm and your hands swell, it changes the feel in the ball. And so you're doing everything in your power to keep your feel consistent because you don't want to be hanging up in the ball or, changing your grip. So staying, a good temperature is important. And I think that's where the fans come into play.
I thought the enemy of bowlers was water fermented with malt and hops.
Oh. Well, that's your friend for a little while. And then it can become your enemy.
All right, that's a good spare pickup in the 8th frame to come back from that for Adam Wakelee.
And I would never
back
admit
to your
that
original
as a proprietor, just so you know.
Yeah, right. Back to your original point. The guys like to stay cool, like to keep the hands cool. So those portable, rechargeable battery fans have become way better than the fans built into the scoring standards.
This is true because this is more your full body, not just your hands. But yeah, that's true. And better than the fans on the ceiling too. And the ceiling fans in bowling centers, people actually complain about, and they're off and on and off and on. Ooh.
Boy, that was a late radical hook that killed that one, didn't it?
It almost felt a little slow. Whether the ball slowed down because it hit the dry, but that felt slower. It definitely hit a spot.
Yeah, he didn't expect that, did he? All right, so what this has done is made us slightly forget about 7 strikes to open this match because now the door is back open for Nolan, who has 6 strikes in 8 frames. And this is a tough pickup for Adam, and it's going to be an open in the 9th for Adam Wakelee. Man, how quickly things change.
Not only does how quickly things change, he can shut Adam out.
Amazing. So staring down the 9th and 10th frames here, Nolan Caswell can take all the drama out of it. Had high finishes in the Obenauer Masters Tournament in Buffalo, the Auburn Masters Tournament as well, and that has helped Nolan become a much better, more competitive bowler. And as soon as we say the opportunity is there to finish things off, we get that leave.
Well, we've seen both bowlers who are very lined up go late on this 2-4-5 on this lane. So there is a spot where the ball just doesn't finish. The same exact thing happened to Adam.
So maybe the lanes are biting back a little bit here. These natural...
Maybe they're just making them look a little easier than they actually are.
Well, maybe. The natural wood lanes, house shot here at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl lanes. And we're going to match opens in the 9th. Was that a difficult spare pickup, or did he just not execute it the way he wanted?
It's not, any multiple pin conversion is difficult, especially one with the sleeper in the back. They're always a little bit challenging. I mean, that's a routine spare. We shoot all the time, but, there is a challenge to it, especially if you've just missed the pocket and you've lost the pocket a little bit. It's a little harder, unless you throw it hard and straight at it, to figure out. But that pretty much took him out of the match. Adam's only going to need 2 pins to... no matter what he does here.
So back and forth, and an opportunity for Nolan, and he can't take advantage of it, and it looks like that 9th frame open will not hurt Adam, because Adam Wakelee is your winner, which means 2 wins has put Adam in our championship match. Come on back. Wakelee and Mark Polaski is next. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart on YouTube.
Like and subscribe to our channel now. Don't miss any of the action.
It's the championship match. Adam Wakelee and Mark Polaski to see which one is our Beat the Champ winner. And for Polaski, he is going for 3 in a row, having won the first 2 weeks here at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. And it is Mark that will start things off. 26 years old from North Fort Myers, Florida. And starts off with a strike.
Yeah, he's created a nice little, he's got a nice little hold spot there that doesn't seem to change week to week. It's not really where anybody else is playing on the lane, and it seems to have held up for him. It seems to just always be there because it's not where anyone plays.
And we'll get into a little more details of his rather unusual approach, right? We talk about Adam is picture perfect out of the bowling manual. Well, that's not Mark, but that doesn't mean Mark can't be as successful as he's been. Strikes in the first frame as both guys set the tone for our title match. Wakelee in his debut here on Beat the Champ, Polaski in his 3rd consecutive show.
Yep, this is a great performance for a young guy who hasn't been on television.
No, and you got to love his demeanor. You got to stayed calm. You know, just seems to be in control. And again, it's a little bit of the younger generation. Doesn't seem as fazed by some of this stuff. Oh, and it's the 10 pin that will hold up for Adam.
Yeah, this is this ball, the change that he's made is the one he tested out on the fill ball in his last game where he had left the 2-8, and I hope he would try something different because that would be the thing to do in that spot, and he did.
Spare in the 2nd frame for Adam Wakelee. So Mark Polaski, who has put up wins in the last 2 weeks over Pat Brick and Scott Dingman. That's a pretty good couple of guys to have knocked off to get here.
First right-hander, though, he has to face. He was a lefty killer so far.
That's true. That's a great point. And what Mark has done well is be consistent, a 233 average in his 3 games here on Beat the Champ. 1 game leading to the first championship match and then the championship match last week. He did not like any of that until all 10 pins went down.
Yeah, yep. Let's see. I didn't think it was that bad. I don't know what he didn't like about it.
Watch his reaction. You could clearly see
it. Interesting.
Yeah. I'd be curious to know what it was that he didn't like about that.
He didn't seem off by that much, but did not feel right to him.
Do I feel like I have to give the same speech to you bowlers that I give to my friends who are football fans, which in the most cases, the shot is not determined by what happens at the beginning, much like football games are not determined what happens in the first quarter?
No, because thankfully for Adam, those 7 strikes that he posted up in the last game did carry him when the shot went a little awry on him. So, but yes, I mean, the first half of the game can be completely different than the second half of the game, and we've seen that happen very often. So you just have to stay with it.
Yeah, and I'll dive down even more. What I really meant was you saw an example of a guy who hated his shot from the very minute it left his hands, was about to walk away until he turned his head back to see that all 10 pins went down.
Yeah, that's a bowler game.
That's common amongst bowlers. Is that what you're telling me?
Some approach the competition differently.
Okay. Our host center for Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart, is Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes, and you can find them online at dkrbl.com. They're just one of our many great host centers, and if you want details on how to be a part of Beat the Champ, just stop in at any of our host centers and ask them how you can be on the show, and we might be seeing you here on the lanes and analyzing how you react to the beginning and end of all of your shots.
Beautiful.
And there's a nice strike for Adam in the 4th frame after 2 spares.
You got to remember, I come from the Mike Newman, Brad Angelo era, where there's tactics involved during a match in order to give your opponent a certain feeling, one way or the other, and you don't see it often, but it still comes into play when you're bowling at a high level. That every little thing you can do to throw somebody off their game or lead them to think something's happening that will make them react, it gets done, right? I mean, there was a joke. I shouldn't say it's a joke. There was somebody used to wiggle their watch while someone else was bowling. I mean, there's been ploys out there that have been done during a match to distract the other bowler.
Did you see more of that when you bowled on the women's tour? Does it happen a little more when the stakes are higher?
I feel like I'm going to get in trouble with any answer I say to that.
Oh, the 7-pin goes down for Mark and keeps his strike run alive.
One thing I have, let's take a look at this replay. Again, doesn't seem that far off from the last shot he hated. I mean, I don't see anything different with the way it hit the pins
that pin
or
popped up in the air.
The spot he hit on the lane. So if he really hated that last shot, this looked like an absolute duplicate of it.
I'm going to let you slide on answering that question.
Yeah.
We got bowling to talk about. 4 strikes for Mark Polaski. Make it 5. Mark Polaski perfect through the front 5 as he tries to get his 3rd win in a row. Come on back for the conclusion. Our championship match next.
XXX Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
5th frame now for Adam Wakelee. And it's the 4-pin that stands and stares back down the lane. And now Adam is having done to him what he's done to a few other people, which is throw a whole bunch of strikes and put your opponent in a position where, whether you choose to acknowledge it or not, you're like, uh-oh, I better get going.
Yeah, he's fallen. He's fallen behind. Not that he's missed the pocket, but that 5 in a row is pretty tough.
Yeah. It sets a tone, right? Doesn't mean the match is over. We clearly know that, but it sets a tone because you don't know when that run's going to stop for your opponent. So the 17-year-old from nearby Farmington, New York, has been very impressive. 228, 232 in his first two. And this one's a long way from being over, but he's looking at a two-time winner who's been perfect through 5. And that's what he needed in the 6th frame. So Mark Polaski will head on back up here. North Fort Myers, Florida, 235 average for the 26-year-old, bowling in 1 league per week. 35 career 300s and 848 series. Has won some PBA regional events, did a couple years ago down in Tampa Bay, and bowls in a lot of regional tournament events, which is kind of how he made the connections to find out about Beat the Champ and wind up here at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. 6 frames, 6 strikes.
Yeah, he's got a lot of hold on that right lane. I think even more than he expects.
Seventh frame now for Mark Polaski Jr. 6 frames, 6 strikes. Number 7 is Lucky 7. Trying to become the 7th bowler to win more than 2 weeks in a row here on Beat the Champ. 6 is the record held by Sam DeWitt. 5 from Derek Green, and then 4 bowlers who have won 3 weeks in a row. That's what Mark's trying to do. And another strike to answer from Adam Wakelee. And that's another good looking shot from Adam.
Yeah, but I mean, he's 51 pins down and just fighting.
Crazy, yeah, which is crazy. He's bowled well, but that's what happens when Mark has yet to miss a pin. No go on the 10.
Nope. I mean, his maximum score right now is 228. And that's not very high when you're facing somebody with the front 7 who really has great ball reaction.
Yes. Only one time in our 2 seasons of this show has someone done what Mark Polaski is trying to do here in his final 3 frames. He may be from Florida. He's got some family in the upstate New York area, which gives him some connections to our region, which is how he found out about our show and has some relationships with outstanding bowlers like Pat Brick. And right now, all the upstate New York guys may want to buy him a one-way ticket back to Florida.
He's making it look easy, that's for sure.
He is sure making it look easy. 8 frames and 8 strikes for Mark Polaski.
I mean, really great extension. See that his hand's still up like that? And I did have a chance to ask him about the tape on his hand to see if it was something that was an injury or something that was bothering him, and it really is just there for support. He really doesn't have any kind of issue going on.
You see the unusual approach, which seems to work just as well, and the 10 goes down for a 9th straight strike. And Mark will sit and watch Adam finish and have a chance to go to the 10th frame looking for a perfect game.
I know the match is over. Now it's, will he shoot 300?
Tell you what, we have been clearly impressed by Adam Wakelee, and again, we are back in the Rochester area for next month's show in 2 weeks. Wouldn't be surprised to see Adam right back there again at the ABC Gates Bowl. I mentioned you, if you want to try to get on the show, you better hurry because we've only got 2 more shows left in season number 2. Next couple of weeks, next month at the ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester, and then we wrap it up at Transit Lanes in Williamsville, New York for season number 2, which of course will wrap up with the Beat the Champ Invitational, open to any bowler that's been on our show all year long to qualify for our season-ending playoff show.
I know this month here has introduced us to a few new people that now are eligible to be on the invitational list.
It's a big number of bowlers that are eligible. We'll see which 4 of them wind up making the show. And a good, strong finish going on here for Adam Wakelee. Again, it's fun for us to open this show up to some of the Rochester guys that want to stay close to home, that are the great bowlers in their city, and give us a chance to show them off to you here on this show. But as Mark is showing to us, doesn't matter where you're from, you can be from anywhere. And one more shot for Wakelee. And again, it's too bad. He's bowled really well, but that's what happens. There's no defense in bowling.
I mean, he hasn't missed the pocket. It was a pretty solid game for a 2-team.
Just the one open frame at the tail end of the last match is the only open frame in 3 games for Adam Wakelee. It's a 216 on the board for Adam, and now we sit back and watch and see if Mark Polaski can bowl the second 300 game in our 2 seasons of Beat the Champ. First shot, 10th frame. There's one.
Another day at the office.
Yep. On his bio sheet, when asked how many career 300s, he had 35 maybe question marks. So he's had so many that he's lost count. The only other 300 game here on Beat the Champ, Stephen Conklin did it last season at the Rapids Bowling Center.
Right.
That's the only one we've had. Second shot, 10th frame. And there it is, comes to an end.
Great game, though.
A terrific game and another impressive performance for 3 in a row for Mark Polaski, but the run at the 300 game unfortunately comes to an end on the second shot of the 10th frame. That's a bummer.
But not his run as the champion.
Nope, it's 3 in a row, and he'll have a chance to move into select company of 4 in a row on next week's show. So an impressive 288. Mark Polaski, our 3-time champion. We'll talk to him when we come back.
Presented by BowlersMart.
Plenty of options.
Chamois, jerseys, balls bags, and shoes. The highest quality products you'll find on the market, and here at BowlersMart, we make sure to find the correct access point of any bowler to maximize their benefits from our products and ensure a great experience. Stop by today and let us help you, because at BowlersMart, every bowler matters.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends.
Great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
We are
The Bowling Proprietors.
of Western New York.
Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By BowlersMart, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. And by the Bowling Proprietors Association of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today. It's 3 in a row for Mark Polaski, select company of guys that have done it 3 weeks in a row. You almost did it in the grandest of fashion. Kind of a bummer to lose the 300 game right at the end like that.
Yeah, it's all right, though. I mean, the goal at the end of the day was to win the match, and I did that. So it would have been nice to shoot 300, though, always.
That would have been memorable, right? We would have never forgotten about that at all.
Well, your little oopsie on the right lane where it was pretty obvious to everyone that you didn't like the shot and it set up and struck perfectly. Did that change your plan on that lane, or did that show you something you didn't know you had?
No, I just got to throw it better. I mean, I completely missed it off my hand. Direction-wise, it was all right, but, like, it wasn't spinning very fast.
All right, so
none
no
of them
new
are.
insight.
As you're watching for the last 2 weeks, you don't bowl until the championship. What are you thinking about or trying to learn at all?
I watch a little bit, but I kind of have my game plan, and they give you 8 shots, so I kind of form a game plan off that. Like, I threw the Ion Pro on the first show on the fresh, and it just didn't look good this time, so I threw the different ball.
All right, only one bowler has swept a house, winning 4 in a row. Are you going to be the next one to do it?
Probably not.
Oh, all right. Well, not a lot of confidence, but based on the way he bowls, I think we're a little more confident that maybe he can. Will it happen? Guess what? We're all going to find out when we come back next week on Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart.